Welcome to the advanced series on Golang maps. In this video, we'll explore advanced techniques for working with maps in Golang, focusing on keys, values, iteration, and more. Get ready to level up your Golang skills. Let's start with the basics of creating and initializing maps in Golang. You can create a map using the make function, specifying the key and value types. For example, we can create a map called user ages with string keys and integer values. Alternatively, you can initialize a map using a map literal, providing key-value pairs directly. Here, scores is a map with names as strings and their corresponding scores as integers. Alice has a score of 95. Bob has a score of 87, and Carol has a score of 92. Now, let's explore how to extract all the keys from a map into a slice. We can define a function called getKeys that takes a map with string keys and integer values as input and returns a slice of strings containing all the keys. Inside the function, we create a slice called keys with an initial capacity equal to the length of the map. Then we iterate over the map using a for-range loop, appending each key to the keys slice. Finally, we return the keys slice containing all the keys from the map. Similarly, we can extract all the values from a map into a slice. We define a function called getValues that takes a map with string keys and integer values as input and returns a slice of integers containing all the values. Inside the function, we create a slice called values with an initial capacity equal to the length of the map. Then, we iterate over the map using a for-range loop, appending each value to the values slice. Finally, we return the values slice containing all the values from the map. When working with maps, it's essential to handle cases where a key may not exist in the map. Golang provides a safe way to access map values by checking for key existence. When accessing a map value, you can use the OK idiom to check if the key exists in the map. The first value returned is the value associated with the key, and the second value is a Boolean indicating whether the key exists. You can also create a function called getWithDefault that takes a map, a key, and a default value as input. If the key exists in the map, it returns the corresponding value. Otherwise, it returns the default value. In Golang, you can leverage maps to implement sets, which are collections of unique elements. To create a set using a map, you can use a map with keys of the desired element type and Boolean values. In this example, we create a set called unique items using a map with string keys and Boolean values. To add an item to the set, simply assign the value true to the corresponding key. To check if an item is a member of the set, you can access the value associated with the key. If the value is true, it means the item is in the set. Let's explore some advanced iteration techniques for maps in Golang. You can iterate over a map with filtering to process only specific key-value pairs based on certain conditions. For example, you can iterate over the scores map and print the names and scores of users with scores greater than 90. Additionally, you can process only specific keys by iterating over a slice of target users and checking if each user exists in the map before processing their score. To optimize map operations in Golang, consider the following performance tips. Pre-allocate the size of the map using make with the expected capacity when you know the number of elements you'll be storing in the map. This can help reduce memory reallocations and improve performance. Prefer simple types, such as strings or integers, over complex structs as keys in maps. Simple types generally have faster hash functions, leading to better map performance.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit CodeLucky.com for more such useful content.